Okay, today we'll going to be cover on okay how how can I say hello some background noise.
No, nothing. I'm not getting
Okay,
any background noise.
okay. Today we'll cover how REST API will work. What is the meaning of REST API? What is the need of APIs? Okay, and
Mm.
how we need to test by using SOAP-AI or by using some other thing and Postman. We can see that.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, before going to be any like any actual practical today, we'll have a more discussion and about APIs. Okay.
Okay.
What do you
Mm.
mean by API? Okay. What is the need of API? Something else. Okay. We'll discuss. Let's say, for
Okay.
example, okay, whenever you are doing any operation or
Mm.
doing any transaction using any website. Okay. What
Okay.
happens is, see, there are three ways are there to understand this one. One is front end, and another one is like a back end. But whenever we are connecting from one place to another place, from front end to back end, what do you mean front end? Front end in the sense like any mobile or any website or any application which you are going to be work. Okay.
Mm.
The same time in the back end in the sense where the database is residing, all the DB, all the tables.
Mm.
Getting my point?
Yeah.
Now, earlier what happened, right? Every time what they're doing, they're trying to hit the service or they're trying to hit the query from the front end, the developers, then they will get the response, the query result from the back end. Okay, but
Okay.
that is as the old trend, but now the people are following the middle layer. Let's say, for example, here what happened, right? Why the middle layer or APIs are came into the situation in the sense, let's say, for example, whenever you are trying to do any platform, let's say, for example, you are going to be withdraw money by using UPI, you can withdraw or you can send by using withdraw, you can pay using like QR code or through bank account or NEFT or anything else. Okay, here what happened, right? Though the different platforms are using the functionality is same, means you are transferring to the money to receiver at the easiest step. You're getting my point, right? So
Okay.
earlier what happened, for each and every step, now for each and every platform, they're going to be create one, how can I say, one database connection which is residing to their database and getting the result. But what happened nowadays, right? I mean, we don't want to create so many like how can I say database connections on each and every platform. For each and every platform, the front end, whatever the front end is there, that has to be like in separate form, it has to be common form, it should be touched with the DB layer. That is the expectation. Okay, for that what they developed as the APIs, application program interface. Okay, it's a APIs or REST APIs or APIs. Okay, those are how can I say, like it will go and talk to, let's say, for example, you are using mobile, simply it will call the API. You are using through web, it will call API. Okay, the APIs are platform, okay, independent. It won't depends on any platform. Getting my point?
Yes. Yes. Mm.
So that's why, I mean, without depending any platform, we have to get the response from the database and we have to do transaction without hassle anything. No, that's why it's came to the situation called as the we should need a layer between the front end and back end. That is called as the API. Nowadays, the APIs are very much familiar in the market. That's why we are going to be like test. Okay, we are going to be test from the like how the database is hitting, how the get we are getting the results. So many things we are working on it. Hope this is clear.
Okay.
Now, let's say, for example, something is how can I say displaying in front end. In the back end, if you see, there are some API calls will have. Okay, let me go ahead and I share my screen. Hope you are able to see.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Western Union, let me open. Okay, you will get something. Western Union. Just I will create one thing. Send money. Let it be load. Send money option is there. If you go to send money option, okay, it will ask for the some details. Now to whom you need to send. Let's say, let me inspect this one. Okay, you will get more information. Now as of now I'm going to focus on here the APIs, or else let me change the doc mode to here. Okay, here you will get more clarity. Now just observe that. Okay, if I click on India, what's happening? See here, receiver country something, it will happen and will get some limits. You're getting my point, right?
Okay.
And if you observe, see, if I, let's say for example, we can able to send up to 5 lakhs. Okay, let's say for example, I given as the 10 USD. How much it is happening? 760 means 76 rupees per USD. You're getting my point?
Okay.
Now how we will get the information in the sense, and at the same time you can able to send up to 50,000. Here if you see right, get limits call will happen. If you check right, here transaction limits something, it will say like different types. They have these many types of transactions. You're getting my point, right?
Yes.
At the same time, if you see transaction limit here, there are some other types. Direct to bank, D2B, MMT, money, make money transfers, something else. Okay, and quick collect, wallet, UPS, something. If you see right, 50,000 it is saying, but it has to be divided by 100. That then I'll see later. Okay, I'll tell the later. If you're able to see right, like
Yes.
that, what happening right? This information is nothing but it's a web service. This web service are getting heated, and it will get the result. It is showing here. Getting my point? And if you see headers here, what are the headers we are passing? These are the headers we are passing. At the same time, response preview also you can show, or else response. This is the response what we are getting. Okay, and these things we don't want to bother about that. Only headers, preview, and response. Most probably review, based on the review we can do that. At the same time, if you see right, T inquiry something will come, or something else it will be. Not sure whether this is displayed or something else it happened. Okay, create session. See receiver details, it will be load here. Something else, I mean, if you are able to get something right, these are all called as the internal calls or API calls, which we are going to be called. Okay, based on the backend response only, it is displaying. Means, how can I know whether this is $24 or $76? The reason is only whenever we are hitting some service, means that is called as the inquiry something else, then it will get the report. Or how can I know how much amount am I able to send? 50,000. We are calling as the get limits with timestamp. Getting my point? And if you see right, create session API, it's happening. Means it will create some session ID. Okay, this is how it will work. Now this is one API. To hit the API, what are the things is required in a sense? Okay, these are the headers. Okay, this is how it will become. And at the same time, what we have to do, how can we verify that? Let's say for example, what is in there in the backend, what is displayed in the front end. That is what we need to understand. Now the common layer is completely API. Now the APIs are mainly SOAP AI, SOAP services,
API.
and another one is RESTful services. Okay,
Mm.
the SOAP services are it's a old services and it supports only XML format as the response. That is the drawback. Okay,
Okay.
and the configuration also it's kind of some protocols. Based on the protocols only it will work. Okay, and there is one concept called WSDL, means web service description language. Thus WSDL file has to be deployed into somewhere. That is old story. Now the second category is RESTful services or REST APIs. Getting my point? It's a stateless. Once we are connected to the server, we get that information, then we close the connection. It's a RESTful, spaceless, means stateless in the sense. Let's say, for example, we are trying to hit the service, then we can go to hit the service and we get the response. Once the response is came back to the server, the connection will be almost closed. No need to think about that. Already the connection will be closed automatically. The reason is it's a stateless. It won't maintain any. Keep on connecting like that. It won't state maintain. Once it is got that, it will close the connection. Getting my point?
Yeah.
Now the second point here, to maintain this, to increment these services, right, or to implement the services, or to develop the REST APIs. Okay. Yeah, before going to that, what is the minimum, like how can I say, advantages in a sense? It's a stateless. So security is maintaining. Let's say, for example, we are hitting some service and getting the response, then we close the database connection. So there is some security. No need to open always the security portal. No need to open the DB portal always. Getting my point? That is the benefit. And it will support number of formats. How to format? Plain text, HTML, XML, JSON, all these things it will be supported. And if you see, right, almost all REST APIs will give a response in the JSON format. This is the JSON format. Okay, let me go ahead and link something. JSON link. JSON link.com. Copy. Okay, just to validate. Okay, this is how it is going. And here, one key and one value. One key and one value will be there. This is called as the JSON, Java Object Notation. Getting my point? Or JavaScript Object Notation. People will say both, but people almost will say JavaScript Object Notation. And here, one key is there and one value is there. One key is there, one value is there. If you see this, okay, the left side one is the key and right side one is the value. And the key and the value will be separated by the colon. Getting my point?
Yes,
this is the standard. And after that, if you're able to see, right, this how can I say, these brackets, these are called as the objects. What is that? JSON objects. Sometimes what will happen, it will like let me go ahead and check the, like, brackets arrays will give. That I'll show you. Response, let me go ahead and copy. Okay, then let me remove or clear this one, then paste it. See, we are not able to understand, so we are validating some situation. It will give some format. Okay, if you are observing, right, there are one more bracket is given.
Yes.
Getting my point? This is called as the, like, how can I say, array. This is array and this is an object. See, here there is no restriction. Within array, object can be there, or within object, array can be there. There is no restriction. But we have to understand, like, what is an array and what is an object. And at the end, if you see, right, this whatever the, like, colon or places it started, right, at the end also it has to be closed. This is one format. This is called as the JSON format. Hope this is clear. Any question here?
No, clear.
No, right? Now
it looks like XML, right? Yeah, it's following the same.
It's kind of XML, but the only thing is here, right, that we need to understand. It's kind of XML.
Okay, here we don't use any tags, like only value and name.
But it's a
Hello? Hello?
in development. There are many platforms out there to develop. One is Java, they can use as the backend scripting or backend coding. C# also people are using. At the same time, Node.js also they are using. Okay, and Spring Boot microservices are also using. Here, there are two types of services again. Simple ESB services and microservices. The way of development of the they will say they're using plain Java normal things, then they're calling as the ESB services. Okay, if people are designing or developing the web services by using Spring Boot, then the people are calling as the microservices. It's a microservice.
Okay.
Now in the market, microservices are the buzzwords. Getting my point?
Okay.
Now, but as per the tester endpoint of us, only we need to understand that we know only RESTful services. It's a service that we need to test. Any questions here? Whether it is a ESB services, whether it is a RESTful service, whether it is a microservice or a non-microservice, that is, we don't bother about that. Getting my point, right?
Yes, yes.
Now for this one, to test microservices or to test ESB services or to test any RESTful services or REST APIs or APIs or services, all these things are similar issues, sorry, similar kind of terminology. People will talk about this. Do you know service testing? Or do you know API testing? Do you know RESTful API testing? Do you know microservice testing? Do you know service testing? Do you know ESB services testing? Like that, people will ask. All these things are related to a single point called as the RESTful web services. Hope this is clear.
Yeah.
Now what we can do that? How many ways are there to test this? Or how many tools are there? There are always any functionality. There are two ways are there. One is manual and one is automation. Okay, as of now, automation is we are not talking about. We are going to be talking about the manual thing. Okay, in the manual there are different JSON views are there. There are different types of tools are there to test. Okay, here to test that JSON lint is there to validate whether it is a JSON format or not. Something else. But the tools like Postman, SoapUI, okay, RESTful web services are something else. There are some, how can I say, some plugins are available within the how can I say, Chrome itself, that we can do. Now the familiar one is Postman.
Okay.
Okay. Then we can do the, like we can install the Postman service or Postman.
Hello. Hello, Subbugaru. There is a voice gap between. Hello. I'm not able to hear you. Hello. 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 I'm not able to hear you, Subbugaru. Hello. Hello. I'm not able to hear you, Subbugaru.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, sorry, my network got gone and disconnected. Okay, due to the router.
Okay.
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 Okay. Now let me go ahead and do that. Let's say Control T. How we can go ahead? See here within Chrome, like web apps is there, our apps folder is there, our Chrome store is there. Are able to see, right? Apps. Within this one, just let me. I already added. Okay. Let me remove this one. Okay, I already added. I'm not sure how to remove this.
Remove from Chrome.
That's right. Let me remove. Okay. Now if I refresh it, right, it's completely removed. If something is not good, then you can go ahead and remove this one and you can start it again. Okay.
Okay.
Then web apps or web store or Chrome store. Here nothing is there. Then we can have to go to web store. Okay. You have to search for Postman. It's kind of extension. Now you are able to see, right? Tabbed Postman. Completely we have to go for interceptor. This is the good one. Okay. Now see, once you're clicking on it, it will add the extension. Then it might ask for restart sometimes. Okay, if it is not added, then we can go ahead and do that. Now see, it's added. Getting my point? Now if I go ahead and click on here under apps, it should show now. If this is not showing, what we have to do, just to close and restart it. Getting my point?
Okay.
Or else, if you see, right, just to close it. Again relaunch the Chrome. Okay, then go ahead and check that whether it is there or not. Still we are not able to see. Now we need to install something. Okay, just it is added. Getting my point? Now again just search for the Postman. It will give the result. It is saying it is added. Just click on it. Then if you want to remove, we can remove. We can do that. But there should be some option called, my God, it's abused or something, right? That's why it's not able to come. Okay. Home sends request through. See, it's added again. Now what we can do, click on extension. Okay, extensions, if you click right, it will display what are all the extensions it is available. But only thing is here what we need to understand, okay, based on this, if we do this, what will happen? We are not able to store anything. It will be a bigger problem for us. So to store everything, what we can do, that just go ahead and download it. See my point? What we can do, Postman download. Not sure whether I have already downloaded or something else. Let me search my. Postman software is not there for me, then it is fine. Now see, Windows 32-bit or 64-bit, 64-bit, which I'm going to download. Okay, it will be download. Please wait for 2 minutes. And one more thing, while downloading this one, right, we can say like Postman is a separate tool. It's kind of it's a free tool where we can use for the like manual testing. The same way we can go ahead and use for the SOAP AI as well. But people will always depends on the Postman.
Okay.
let it be. And before installing, while installing this one, we need to learn many more things called as, how can I say, uh, how can I say, like, it's kind of step. What are the things we have to like validate here before validating any web service or any API? We need to understand the error levels. How can I say, response levels or responses? Let's say, for example, here let me type you here 100 series, 200 series, 300 series, 400 series, like that, 500 series, like that. We will get that. Now how can I say, http codes or something else you can put. Okay, there is some diagram is there. I'll let you know. Now if you are able to see right here, http status code something, or if you see this, the same thing. Okay, nothing much. If you see 100 series, 200 series, 300 series, 400 series, and 500 series is there. Getting my point?
Yes, yes.
Here also the same thing. If you observe, not this one. See, status codes means 100, 200, and 300, 400, and 500. Now, see here 500. Now, let's say for example, let me install. Okay, meantime, we are going to be valid always 300 series, 400 series, and 200 series.
Okay.
Getting my point? See,
Okay.
sometimes whenever we are getting 500, means 501, 502, 503, 504, like that, your server is completely down. Whatever the server you are going to be hit, the server is the problem. Getting my point?
Yes.
Now, let's say for example, the 400 series in the sense, whenever you are hitting the web service or whenever you are doing anything, it will become like that you are missing something. Whether your username is not request or bad, I mean the whatever the format you are giving, that is not the format correct acceptable thing. Okay. At the same time, bad request unauthorized means you are not giving as the username or password or authorization key as the successful. That is how it will be displayed. Then 404 means not found, means whatever the record you are going to be search for, that is not existing. Getting my point?
Yes, yes.
Now the same way 300 we don't know. I mean, then we can go for the 200 series. Means 200 series, if you are getting something right, it is always is saying that it is a good response.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean good successful response. 200 in the sense, okay, 201 accepted, 202 created, means if it is a, again there are some types of like how can I services are that, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Getting my point, right? 100 we won't get, 300 we won't get. Always we can go ahead and check that 200, 400, and 500. 400 in the sense something you are passing as the wrong parameters. Getting my point? 500 in the sense, though you are good in a position, but the server is completely down. Okay, if everything is good, then you will get 200, 201, 202, like that, 200 series errors. Hope this is clear.
Yes, yes.
Now let me go ahead and check that. This is how it will be displayed at the starting. Earlier there is something called as the, like how can I say, to skip something. Nowadays there is no skip button. Getting my point?
Okay.
Either we have to like sign in, or we have to sign up, or we have to create an account. Let's say for example, let me close it, okay, and open it. Okay, or just we close that, what will happen? It is showing in the back end. This is how it will be displayed. Getting my point?
Okay.
Here, if you see, right, I mean, this is completely, it's kind of, we can add as the like dark mode or normal mode or something, some examples is there, events or something else. It's kind of, how can I say, it's launch pad. If you want to close it also, I can close it. Then if you see, right, history, if you have like doing 2 or 3 or yesterday or day before yesterday, something else, it will be stored. I mean day by day history it will show. Collection, if you want to do like any free APIs or some other APIs, let me go ahead and do that. Okay, this is one how can I say, one JSON. This is the response. You're getting my point, right? Now let me hit this service, how it will get. Just copy, okay, and let's say for example here, if you are passing something, right, see, always better to have save responses, then only it will save your response, whatever the response you are going to be do. Hope this is clear.
Okay.
Okay, then let's say for example I'm going to create a one collection, new collection. Here API test something I'm putting. Okay, create. Within this, okay, 0 requests. Till now I'm not having any request. Okay, what I'm going to do now, okay, I'll create one, like how can I say, any testing or any test case or any service. Let me click on it. Once I click on it, right, it's an untitled one. If you want to give title also, we can give it after saving. We'll see that later. Okay, but as of now, if you see this, there are different kinds of test cases, different types of URLs or different types of services. If you click on it, right, get to post, put, patch, delete, copy, head options like that. But in real time only will get the like get and post. Hope this is clear.
Okay.
Okay, get in a sense there is no request about it, just we are hitting the URL, you will get. Okay, let's say for example, let me click on it. Here the same response you are able to see here. This is JSON response. Just we are hitting from the web, web page also, you will get something. But there are some authentication is required sometimes, but this service doesn't have any authentication, hence it is directly displayed. Hope this is clear. Now let's say for example only get, and I want to copy this URL, getting my point, and just click on it, send. Then it will give the response. Now you're able to see, right, the response, the same response. But what we have to do here, if you go ahead and check the history, see today we have done this. Getting my point? Now at the same time here, right, the service name, it is there. Now here what we need to understand here, within a URL there are 2 points are there. One is endpoint and another one is base URL. If you see right here, api.androidhive.info, up to that, this is called as the base URL or base URL. Getting my point? Let's say for example, if something Google, api.google.com, that is the base. Okay, and slash contacts is the, how can I say, endpoint URL. Within an URL there are 2 points are there, or 2 points which we need to remember. 2 parts, one is base URL and another one is endpoint URL. Hope this is clear.
Yes, yes.
Now the endpoint URL in the sense like after .info or .com something else, this is called as the like this. Now if you are able to see, though we are not passing any headers, it will give as the default headers, that we don't bother about that. Headers are 6 headers are here, 12 headers are there. These are called as the default headers which developer is applied. Getting my point? At the same time, here see content type, though we are not giving the content type as the key, let me add one key, content type. Okay, key value edit, or let me go ahead, what is content type, application or JSON. Okay, now I can add this one, though it will be the same. Okay, the body here within this how can I say, postman, what are the things you need to remember? In the left side only history will display. If you go ahead and today, it will be how many services we are executing today, it will be displayed. If you go ahead tomorrow, it will say yesterday, after that it will say date. Okay, 1 or 2 days it will say last week, last month, like that it will say. You get my point, right? It will keep on storing. At the same time, if you want to add a collection, sometimes we can add it, or sometimes we don't want to add. You see, add request. At the same time, request name we can say API contacts, something like that. We can save it. Okay, if you see, it's a get API or something else. Let me go ahead and copy this one, then it will save it here, one request. See now here how many times totally we completed today? 3 times we are hit. If I go ahead and keep on hitting, it will increase your count. Getting my point? At the same time, I just added one request. I mean, it's a collection, it's a project, it's kind of project. It is saying that one collection, one this one is there, API contact, something else. Hope this is clear. And this is a get request. And if you see this, right, I mean within this body, this is the response body, and you are able to understand here 200 is the service code, I mean it's the status code. Okay, if you pass something else, let's say for example, if you're not giving the slash or something else, let's see what will happen. Still it is giving. Getting my point? Let me remove something. Means 404, means whatever the data or whatever the URL you are hitting, that is not found. Hope this is clear. And if something is then 400 or 404, some authentication, something like that, it will do 404, 400. If the service is not at all found, okay, then it will be a bigger problem. Now let me give that. See, 200 it is giving. Android Hive something, automation Hive, like that, Android Hive. Okay, it is giving, means something else, but it is not related to the, though we are getting the 200, we are not getting as the HTML. If I go ahead and do that as the JSON, it is not giving as the proper data, means that whatever the thing you are giving, that is not at all the good format. Getting my point? This is how we need to verify whether it is a 200, 400 or something else. If it is 200, okay, then only we have to go ahead and check this response. Okay, see here pretty there are different ways to view this. Pretty we can see, raw we can see, okay, preview we can start that, and visualization we can do that. We can't visualize, but the remaining thing, always better to go for the pretty. Then only pretty, in a sense it's formatting something, right, the lines. See, this is one thing I can able to understand. Under this one, this is one more object, like that I can do that. Hope this is clear. This is completely one API which is related to contacts. Okay, this detail who will provide to us, in a sense these details will be given by the developer, and they will give some documentation, what needs to be verified, what are the business rules, Okay, what needs to be displayed within this one, and they will give some sample request and sample response and
Okay.
authorization key and headers also. They will give every information.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and then headers also. This is not the custom one. This is a freeware, right? That's why there is no headers. But going forward, if you go to the real time, they will give the headers. What are the headers? What are the minimum headers? What is the mandatory headers? What is the like optional headers? Okay, and if we change some headers, what are the things it has to become, like that also they will tell.
Okay.
Getting my
Mm.
point, right?
Mm.
At the same time, if you observe here, okay, 1 second, please.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, now this is it's a free service, right? That's why we are not able to, like, how can I say, we are able to do that. But if it is not the free service, or if it is a real-time service, they will give the, how can I say, the complete information like
Mm.
this. Now let me close it. Okay, see, if it is a, like, how can I say, a normal free service and API, right? Directly if you go to hit the service, then you will get the full things. Now let me go ahead and check that. Okay, network, let me clear it. Okay, again if I click on it, right, here you're able to see like contacts, the same thing it will display here.
Mm.
Getting my point? It is a free
Yeah.
service, and if you wanna preview, you can do this. See, under contacts means this one, some contacts are there. In this one, total 12 contacts are there.
Mm.
Getting my point? Like that we
Okay.
can do preview as well. But okay, this is not the good idea always. Just we can verify if it is required in the UI.
Okay.
Now let me, if you see, right, headers, there are some nothing headers are passing. Just we are using a type is the guest, and status code is 200 we are getting.
Mm. Yes.
Getting my point?
Yes,
If it
sir.
is a free service, let's say for example, is there any another service are there? Let me hit this is one more URL. See, now this is also one more API which belongs to a particular person.
Mm.
Getting my point, right?
Yes.
Okay, but if you see directly, we are calling using as the JSON, because the reason, right, they are deployed in this way. Usually we
Okay.
should not put a .json.
This. Mm.
Okay, that is not our problem. That is how the developer is displayed. Getting my
Mm.
point? Let me go
Yes.
ahead and copy, add, right here. I can add one more request. Okay, add request. I can say person details. Okay, person details, save to API test. Then person details here, we can go ahead and paste it. It is also get request. If I click on it, right, it will give particular person detail. If I keep on clicking, right, so
Mm.
here it will say only one But if you see, right, the history will be like that, it will show. And see, if you search something like that portion, it will be filter like that. 3 times we are hitting. Okay, or else contacts. If I search now, see what are the contacts we hitted, all the information, how many times we write it, and see, just double click on it, double click it, it will show. If you see, let's say for example, if you click on save responses, then only this response also will show that at that time what we got it. Okay, if that is not the case, if you're not enable this one, it won't be like enable the, it won't store the API response. Okay. Now let me go ahead and show one post. I'm trying to get some post. I'm not sure whether I'm getting or not. Menu.php. See, this is also one kind of this one. Let me go ahead and see here. I don't want to add this one API. Let me add one more collection, as is nothing but a project menu API, something else I can put. Okay. Then if I click on something, right here, I can add as the one request. Getting my point? Request name is menu. Okay, menu I'm putting, just saving. This is kind of project. Okay, collection. Now let me go ahead and one request we added here, right? Just let me add this one. Click on it. It will sometimes do. See, now it is taking many things. This is how it will be displayed. Instead of this one JSON, if you put, right, the JSON value, by default if the JSON is not good, then HTML we can put, but always better to go for the auto. Just it will display like this, HTML. If it is a plain text also it will be like this, but always better to go for as the JSON format to get more information.
Okay.
Getting my point, right? Now this is how it will be work out. Okay, this is another API. And if you see, if I click on number of times, right, it will get the response. It will get the response again. Always better to go for the JSON. Now if you see the history, it will display the history as well. Hope this is clear. The same way here for each and every service, if I remove this menu dot something, right, .php, it may throw 400. Okay, we'll see whether it will give 404 or 400 something else, right? So this is not the good idea. Hope this is clear. Again, if you click on it, it will be like go ahead and it will create a response. Better to go ahead and check the. See here, why we are not getting this by default as the JSON, right? Something, the key we can add here, like a JSON, application text or JSON directly. How we are adding, right? Here, see, if we want to add these keys and the headers, right? One by one we can add it. Okay. Or else if you go ahead and do that bulk edit like this, it will come. Getting my point? Now again we can click on the key value page. Let me go ahead and check this one as the bulk edit. Okay, let me paste it. The key value page.
Okay, then default it will come with JSON.
But still it is not coming. Not sure why. You can put it as the JSON to view the, or else pretty you can use this. Okay, you will get a good result. Getting my point? This is how it will work for the, how can I say, the get. And within the get there is one more thing called as the parameter or query param. Let's say for example, sometimes question mark equal to something they are passing. Okay, that is called as the query parameter. And whatever the parameter you are passing here, it will display automatically. That is called as the query param. Getting my point, right? Okay, as of now we are not doing for this one. Let me create. Okay, let me check, is there anything else like query parameters? Okay, or how can I, let me go ahead and open like some query parameter. Yeah. Tell me.
So we are sending the request and we're getting the response. Huh?
That's right.
So how we doing testing? Like when we give any application, are they going to give URLs of all the applications?
That's right. Let's say, for example, okay, they will
Okay.
give this one. What we have to do, they will give some sample request. Let's say, for example, this is how it is happening currently. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
Now we have to verify 200, 300, 400, 500. But only
Mm.
thing is we need to always verify 200 series, 500 series, and 400 series.
400 series. Yeah. Mm.
Okay. Now we verified
Mm.
400 and 200, but we don't know how to
Mm.
found the 500. But if you are in the
Mm.
real-time system, we can ask to developer
Mm.
to shut down the system. Then we can hit the service. Then we will get obviously like 500.
500. Yeah.
But
Mm.
here not possible because that
Mm.
the applications are the APIs which are we are using, that is not in our hand or not
Mm.
in our developer point of view as of now. This is a dummy or freeware. We are not
Yeah.
able to down. Okay,
Mm.
that is one. And first point, whenever we are getting the 200, what are we need to verify that what are the things are getting. Okay,
Okay.
whether the and the format of the, like how can I say, the format of the JSON will be
Mm.
matched to the whatever should be matched with the whatever the data given by the developer. Let's say, for example, this is how it will give. The same way they will give one format. Okay, always you should get the format of this one. Then it should be match. Let's say, for example, something which is not displaying the phone number. Then we have to raise a defect. Getting my
Yeah, that
point?
my question. Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Mm.
and sometimes ID is not there. In all the cases, it has to be there. If something is missing, then we have to raise a defect.
Okay. Manually, we used to check the data.
That's right. See,
Okay.
always we have see this. Let it be this about these values, but the key should be like match. See now,
Mm.
see 200 it's Ravi, 201 Johnny. That is different. But we don't
Mm.
bother about the right side values. The left
Mm.
side value should be like ID has to be available in all the cases. You're able to
Mm.
see, right?
Mm.
At the same time, name has to be available in all the nodes.
Yeah.
That is how we need to verify. If something is missing, then we have to question or we have to raise a defect. Getting my
Okay.
point? Or
Okay.
else in mobile phone, let's say, for example, in the phone it is giving us the +91 something else, but
Mm.
sometimes this is how it will came.
Mm.
Then this is the defect. You are getting my point? Then we need
Yes.
to
Yes.
observe that what is the
Mm.
format we are getting the output, whether this is good or not.
Okay.
Okay, then we can say
Mm.
the mobile number not giving as the proper one, which we are giving as the number, but I'm getting as the string, or I'm getting as the like a name or first name or last name, something else I'm getting. So this is the problem. Hope this is clear.
Okay.
Getting my point, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's
Okay,
no need of writing any script or writing here.
here no need, because see we have to write it when we are going for the automation, but we are
Okay.
automation we are not learning. That is called a separate track and separate, how can I say, like how we are
Mm-hmm.
doing the Selenium, right? That is how we need to
Yeah.
learn
Yeah.
completely the separate course.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
actually in Selenium also no one will tell all these things, but at the first time while we committing the course, right, I
Mm.
committed to teach like this as well.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
because of that reason only I'm telling. I mean the
Okay.
Jenkins and this one, but
Okay.
Selenium is over for us. I mean a week back what we committed.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Getting my point?
Yes. Yes.
Now sample
Post.
post API for testing. You'll see that. Okay. Is there anything why it is going for videos? I don't want to videos. Okay. Some parameters has to be there. Let me. Okay.
Mm.
But in the real time, no need to think like this. They will give directly. Okay.
Yeah. So it looks simple.
Sorry.
This, It's look a bit little simple, not that much hard to
Yeah,
understand.
it's not that
Mm.
much hard for the to do
Mm.
anything. Okay, I mean, whatever
Mm.
the things we are doing, right? That will be very easy. Okay,
Mm.
here post request. Post
Example or like
example. We'll see that. Okay, is there anything else? Okay.
here we have value name.
Yeah, we'll see that. That is not the correct one. The URL is not there. That's why I'm worrying. Okay.
Okay, okay. Mm.
Or else, let's say, for example, one more thing called as the, how can I say, conversation, some conversation, temperature conversation, temperature conversion, temperature conversion. How can I say that one? API REST. Okay. Now we'll see. We'll get a few more examples. Okay. We'll see as to foreign heat, something like that. This is completely in this one soap request that is not required. 1 second. Local post. Local post that is doesn't work for us. Okay, let it be low. Something it should give, I'm not sure. Okay, this is online course. Okay, rapid API, something else. This is a free one. Okay,
Mhm.
let's say, for example, here, if I go ahead and all our gets, God,
Mm.
there is no like posts are there. All services are full. Get services. Okay, it won't help us. Okay, I have real time things. Okay, but that I shouldn't give, right? I mean, that's why I'm
Okay.
worrying. Okay. Directly I cannot be. Okay, if something is not fine now, we'll see later and then I'll give to you. Okay. Now example, post something
Yeah.
account. No, here is there, but post in the sense you should give like some request, right? A request
Yes.
body.
Mm.
That is what I'm worrying. HTTP post they give, it's fine, but where is that? Let me search more things. Okay.
Mm.
Here they're giving the headers. It's kind of utility methods. What we are going. It's kind of documentation for the postman. Okay, nothing much. These are only post create. Okay. This is called as the one kind of post. Okay, you're able to see, right? It's kind of one post. Let it be go to the detail. It's a dummy REST API or something. Okay. Now let's see what will happen. This is called as the creator. See, this is what we need to give some sample request. Okay, it is fine, but where it is, let me copy this one. Okay, the URL. See here,
Okay.
this is one JSON URL. This is called as the some. Okay, post. Okay, let me go ahead and create one request. Okay. Okay, and while creating, by default it will come as the get. We have to make it as the post. Once we make it as the post, then this body will be automatically will be enabled. Now we are able to see, right? Some nothing is there. Let me go ahead and verify something. This body will be automatically verified, and you can give as the raw. Okay, then always you have to put as the this one.
JSON.
Okay, JSON. And what is the value we are copy pasting, right? This one we have to copy. Let's say for example this is post. Okay, if we are something we are not missing, then if you click something, it shouldn't give like a 400, I mean it will give 400 bad request something, or else it will give some null. You're getting my point, right? We are not getting the value. Instead of that we are getting as a null value. Okay, let me post something within this one as the details. Okay, some how can I say, this is the sample JSON. Okay, which I need to pass it here.
Body.
Okay, if I click on it, then it will give the same value, whatever the value we are passing. Okay, based on this one. Okay, this is kind of one, how can I say, one URL. Let me go ahead and JSON link and do that. Okay, we can validate this one. This will come. If it is single line, multi-line it will come. Just copy and paste it into this one. Okay, based on this one, it will give some. Getting my point. This is the success. And if you are able to see something, right, 400. Let's say for example, if I miss this one. Okay, if I remove something else here. Okay, it is saying that, right, expected instead of something. If I click on hit something, then it will say some error. It's not reading, and it is saying as the like null. Means we are not getting the proper data from here. If we click something, I mean if we are closing properly this one, what will happen? It doesn't give any null value. Direct it will give as the response. Now we are able to see some difference between something we are passing as the correct, then we are getting as the correct response. If something we are not passing as the value, then it should be like it's kind of delaying something. Means though you are getting the 200 error and 200 status code, here the value which we are not passing, I mean null value it is getting. So what we need to verify, first we need to verify whether it is a 200 or 200, 400, 500 series. Then we have to go ahead and check this response. Okay, getting my point? Though sometimes we are getting a 100 response, we are not getting the proper response in the response body. Hope this is clear.
Okay, and here ID we have body in raw.
The ID, right? No. The ID which we are not passing here, this is like a database itself. That we don't bother about that. Just it's kind of just we are hitting the. This is the input. See, whatever the input we are giving, as of now we are getting the same output, but this is not happening in the real time.
Okay.
Shouldn't be happening.
Okay.
Question? All right. Now,
then how are we going to test? I mean, like we'll go back to the database and we'll check out whether this whatever the data we have given it is entered or not.
But the database access also they will give some time. There are again 3 ways. Okay, let me complete this one. I'll tell you. Okay.
Okay.
Now if you see this one, we are able to see, right? Right. I mean, today
Mm.
we completed these many services. In this
Mm.
one, we hit this many times. And see,
Mm.
post. This is the post we hit, and this is what the get method. The same thing.
Mm.
If you go ahead and check this, there are some more things called as the like dummy APIs. Okay, dummy.rest API something. The same way we can go ahead and check this put ID. Now let me check you, let me tell you, see something. If you want to delete, okay, ID we need to pass it.
Mm.
Created here 200, but it's coming as the null.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's a put or update. Okay, now let me update here. Just click on details. What is there going to be passed? That we need to understand. So means though it is pass as this, sorry, what they're going to be this. Let me go ahead and do this. Getting my point? Now
Okay.
see, this is the sample request what we need to get. But
Mm.
whenever we are passing the sample JSON means input JSON, then only we'll get this one. Now if
Result.
you
Okay.
verify getting as the null or profile
Mm-hmm.
image also something,
Mm.
you're able to see some difference, right?
Yes, yes.
Now what we need to do, we need to pass some raw
Raw data.
database text or JSON. Okay, we need to copy. Then if we enter here, see here, now we are able to get something.
Mm.
Okay, sometimes it will be like give as the 200, sometimes it will give as the 201. Here always
Mm-hmm.
we are getting as the 200. That is how the designing happened. Getting my point?
Okay.
Now let me go ahead and check one more time. Is there any delete? And if you see, right, I mean whatever the value is getting as the that
Yeah.
is how the development is happened.
Yeah.
The
ID
same ID
22 it is.
the ID we are passing, the same ID we are getting here.
Mm.
Getting my point? It's
Mm.
something we
Yes,
are
yes.
updating the data, whatever the data is existing in the database.
Mm.
At the same time, now put is over. Now let me
Yeah.
go ahead and do delete. Okay. Now
Mm.
control C. Now just go ahead and paste it here, and we
Mm.
need to mark this one as the like
Delete.
delete.
Delete. Mm.
Okay, then within let me go ahead and check that is there any, like, how can I say, records are. Now see here nothing JSON, it's kind of get request. So it is a delete, it's kind of get request.
Okay.
Now we don't want to pass anything. Let me go ahead and click on it. See
Mm.
status 200, record successfully deleted, message deleted records.
Mm.
Getting my point? Now if you see this one, right, this is the first one is get, second one is post, third one is put, and the fifth one is, sorry, fourth one is del something, delete. So these are the
Update
things.
also we did.
Yeah, these are the things which we need to remember. But only thing, if in the real time only post and get services will be there for you to do something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maximum cases.
Mm.
Getting my point, right?
Okay. Mm.
There is one more thing called as the query parameter. I'm not able to get that. Okay, you can Google it, you will get it something. That's not the big deal. Let's say for example, sometimes, okay, question mark will pass it, or after question mark, okay, after question mark, how can I say id equal to something. Now see something else it will go, but it will say like as of now it will fail. Okay, it is give 404. Okay, you're getting my point, right? 404. See, this is how it will be. The response will be very 404. Means the request, whatever the request we are passing, that is not the optimal one. After question mark, whatever the value you are passing, and you, let's say for example, if you want to like pass more things, then you can say like name automatically, and it will create and it will do that. Are you able to see, right? Okay.
So only according to the parameters, it will check and it will display the result.
This is called as the params or query parameters. If you want to one more thing, like that, it will keep on adding this one. Getting my point? And if you disable, if you click on disable, automatically it will be removed in the here as well. Hope this is clear.
Okay.
Okay, now we are not using id must be greater than 0. Something else.
We did put id maybe.
But means let's see. Though we are using correct, right? It is failing something. I'm not sure why. It's kind of how they deleted. Okay.
31, 32 views.
It is giving like that. I mean, whatever the data we are giving, it is deleting something. It's failing. But if you see, right, there is some defect. It is saying that, right, if the 31 record is not there, it will say like a record not found.
You should come as a message, yeah.
Error ID must be greater than 0. We already given the 31.
Yes,
Getting my point?
Yes, yes.
That is how we need to raise the defect. Any question here?
No.
No, right? Okay. This is how what I have within I mean Postman. Okay, you can do practice. You can go ahead and do that. And what I can do that. Now I'm going to stop. 1 second, please. Okay, sorry. And this is what I have. Okay, if you have anything, you can after this. Okay, you can reach out to. I mean, Harsha. He will reach out to me. Okay, as per our plan. Okay, we already completed, but still today we completed whatever I have for you. Okay, this is what we need like learn, and you can have all the videos and I can learn like anything. If you need any help, let me know. Okay, I'll try to help, or else you can think to like Harsha will have one more thing, and we can have like 1 or 2 sessions if required, and based on the after the curtain this. Okay, if required, but that is kind of supporting, nothing much. Okay.
Okay. Subagaru, one more thing, like frames. Do you remember when you're discussing frames? We have a issue with one of the website we are using, like internet. The internet in that frames you used iframe, nested frames.
You can like, how can I say, you can try to implement that. Okay, when with any Google or something like. If still facing any issues, let me know, then I'll help you.
Okay, XPath is not coming, that one. I told you on that day, like you told that you will discuss later.
Okay, leave it about that. It's too complex, and you can go
Okay.
ahead and check with others. Okay, that's not the that is wantedly they are putting. I got my
Maybe.
point, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I
Okay.
mean it's
Okay.
not at all the problem. If you know the concept, okay, it
Mm.
is fine. In the real
Okay.
time,
Mm.
you won't get like that.
Okay.
Nowadays, no frames, only divs are using. No frames on
Mm-hmm.
90% of the websites. No frames are using.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us, and then they will get back to. And if required, we can have a class. Okay, on a week, 1 or 2 times. Okay, if required. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
or
Mm.
else if you want any do any practice and all, we will have a call if required. Okay, but as of now, we are good
Okay.
with that.
Yeah.
Whatever the committed code, and we completed. Okay, all the
Mm.
best. Okay, if you need any help, okay, please reach out to us or to
Sure.
myself.
Sure.
Okay,
Mm.
okay, thanks a lot.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you.